A top Republican senator joined other members of his party meanwhile in criticizing the president, saying Trump had not displayed the stability or competence needed to lead the country and risks putting it in great peril. Shrugging off a barrage of bipartisan criticism, Trump waded back into the charged racial debate over monuments to the pro-slavery Civil War South with a volley of early morning tweets. Trump has come under fire from Republicans and Democrats alike for insisting that anti-racism protesters were equally to blame for violence last weekend at a rally staged by neo-Nazis and white supremacists in Charlottesville, Virginia, to protest the planned removal of a statue of Confederate General Robert E. Lee. A 32-year-old woman was killed and 19 other people injured when an Ohio man suspected of being a white nationalist drove his car into a crowd of counter-protesters. Trump, who rose to political prominence by casting doubt on whether Barack Obama, America's first black president, was born in the United States, has been deluged with demands to unambiguously disavow white hate groups, whose members have been emboldened by his election. Trump did condemn neo-Nazis and the Ku Klux Klan on several occasions this week, but many say he did not go far enough. He has earned rebukes from across the political spectrum, even from former Presidents George H.W. Bush and George W. Bush. Please fix this, Senator Bob Corker, chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, on Thursday became the latest member of Trump's Republican Party to criticize the president. Helping inspire divisions because it generates support from your political base is not a formula for causing our nation to advance. The president has not yet been able to demonstrate the stability nor some of the competence that he needs to demonstrate in order to be successful, Corker said. A White House official said Thursday plans to form a presidential advisory council on infrastructure had also been dropped. Along with repealing Obamacare, Trump had promised tax reform and a $1 trillion plan to improve the country's infrastructure. Efforts to repeal Obama's signature health plan failed, however, and the tax and infrastructure programs have made little headway. The Confederate statues in the halls of Congress have always been reprehensible, Pelosi said. Trump made it clear though on Thursday that he opposed removing Confederate monuments. You can't change history, but you can learn from it. Robert E. Lee, Stonewall Jackson, who's next, Washington, Jefferson. So foolish. Trump said. Also the beauty that is being taken out of our cities, towns, and parks will be greatly missed and never able to be comparably replaced. Lee commanded the Army of Northern Virginia and General Thomas Stonewall Jackson was one of his top lieutenants, while George Washington and Thomas Jefferson were among the founding fathers of the United States. Trump hits critics, media. Trump's chief strategist, Steve Bannon, told the New York Times meanwhile he believed the president's views were shared by many Americans. President Trump, by asking, "Where does this all end?" Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln connects with the American people about their history, culture, and traditions, Bannon said. The NPR/PBS/NewsHour/Marist poll of 1,125 adults asked whether Confederate statues should remain as a historical symbol or be removed because they offend some people. 62% said they should remain while 27% said they should be taken down. Trump on Thursday also lashed out at a frequent Republican critic, Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina, and accused the media of distorting his views. The public is learning, even more so, how dishonest the fake news is, he said. They totally misrepresent what I say about hate, bigotry, etc. Shame. Publicity-seeking Lindsey Graham falsely stated that I said there is moral equivalency between the KKK, neo-Nazis and white supremacists, and people like Ms. Heyer, Trump said. Heather Heyer, 32, was the woman killed by the suspected white nationalist in Charlottesville.